Oops. I almost clicked the wrong thing. I gotta remember to click the right thing. I gotta remember that I only have to turn on my voice. It's gonna be exactly 2 seconds of a sound, and then it's gonna immediately stop in the VOD, but that's fine. That doesn't bother anyone. Probably. It does make me wonder sometimes. I'm just like, the VOD, if someone's like watching the VOD and they're like, it says there's music playing, but there's clearly no music. Sorry, guys. YouTube and Twitch don't like. YouTube and Twitch don't like when I save. Which, honestly, I'm glad I've found a way to be able to utilize music and then also be able to excise it from the VOD to make sure that the VOD doesn't get taken down anymore. It's a really nice feature, honestly. I appreciate it. Without further ado, welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. As I was snooping around near the end of the year, and I learned there's all sorts of new dinosaurs. And I've been had. A request has been made of me. Been asked to try to draw my roommate's dinosaur as a dog. Wait, shit, the other way around. Man, I wish Henry was a dinosaur. I've been requested to draw the dog dinosaur. I have some ideas, and actually, as of last year, a new Ankylosaur dropped. So I thought I'd go ahead and I was like trying to think about it. And I was like, honestly, if we're gonna talk about a creature that is a complete unit, doesn't really care about anything, I feel like Ankylosaurs are going to be the best for that. Hello, sir. So we're going to draw him as an Ankylosaur. However, if you were curious, you noticed I opened this up. That's because I have an idea, or at least I think I have an idea. I'm going to try something. Hello, sir. Just have a very squishy, cuddly boy in my lap. He jumped into my lap, and now he's just nuzzling my face. Yes, Couch Goblin. Yes, Leon. Not going to be able to start now. What? The neediest creature on the planet. What? He's just pressing his whole body against me. What do you want? Oh, you're being really affectionate. What, Leon? He's a good cat. He's a good boy. Ah! Now he's biting my face. But I want to use this as a frame of reference. I feel like I made a really good shape with this. And it'd be a good starting point, I feel like, for the thing I want to draw. So we're going to try starting here and see how it goes. So what I need to do, I did that, and now I need to make a square. Usually do just like a 16 by 16. I don't know the best resolution, it's just what I usually do. Just my go-to when it comes to this. Well, can't use that now. That's control. That's save. Okay, so that's undo. This, yes, this is space. Now, I need to figure out my paste. I can't. Okay, I want to use this as a reference. I'm going to put him there. Tone it down. I don't know why. I don't know if this will work or even make sense, but I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. I have no guarantees that this will even freaking work. But I'll try it. Mainly, what I need to capture here. I'm actually gonna start with the legs first. And this might end up looking a little bit more cartoonish anyways, just because of what I'm trying to do with it. But, that's fine. The challenge for me is going to be figuring out how exactly these legs are going to work. I have to assume that given the way that I've drawn this, given the way that these legs look in general, they don't have a head for this guy, so they just had to guess. I mean, this is how most Ankylosaur heads look. This is the struggle with a lot of paleontology. We get, we find something, but it doesn't always mean that we found anything sometimes. Find a creature, but because we did does not mean we've found enough material to be able to ascertain what it would have looked like, as far as I can tell. It's kind of the struggle with paleontology with me. Love it. I will admit, sometimes it's hard to make those inferences. I've struggled with that before. I find interesting is I believe that the head is going to do something like this. It's to taper down into a beak. It does not help that I'm drawing this creature in a very strange way. Hey, that's a challenge for me. Come on. He was threatening the lizard, and the lizard was threatening him. I heard it. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Oh, just the animals trying to kill each other as usual. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. I think I want the body stay around there-ish. I have to figure out how to get that neck there. Because the thing that's a challenge for me for this is that I have to figure out how exactly this creature shaped. The pose that I've decided to draw him in is very difficult. I get the impression that the Ankylosaur does not want to bend this way. This is the impression that I get, is the Ankylosaur does not actually want to sit like this. It doesn't strike me as a creature that wants to sit the way that I've drawn it. Hello. 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 Ah, Ben. Funny is, I might just have to do something like this, right? So that the tail goes the other way. Problem is this does not give me a lot of space to be able to actually draw out things like the tail. Which is a problem for me. Draw that out like that. And this is where I've kind of this is a challenge for me. A lot of these bits. It is much easier to draw a dinosaur standing up than it is to draw a dinosaur doing what I'm doing right now. But hey, I can take a challenge. I could take a challenge. Use a challenge. Like that. It's going to be creative with this. Get his nice nodule tail. I honestly don't. So unless they also call it this, to which it would just be for convenience, then for consistency, I do not believe this is a Thagomizer, because the Thagomizer is is a Stegosaur thing, not a Ankylosaur thing, even though it comes from a really dumb bit. Even though it originates from something that's really silly. Who is that? So what I'm struggling with right now is getting shapes down. Very awkward shape that I have settled on here with. He's very stout. What's funny is ankylosaurs are not super intense as far as like anything until you start armoring them. Like shape-wise, they're very consistently shaped, but once you start actually working on their bits, you're just like, oh my god, you've got so many angles. Which I don't mind. I think eyeball-wise... Funny is they are an herbivore, so they would not have forward-facing eyes. So we're probably thinking something more like that. More like that. What's funny is ankylosaurs aren't necessarily dumpy either. This is if a man. I do like the idea of designing a badass ankylosaur though. I don't know. Dumper. The dumper. That name? This is why I like drawing stuff like this. This is why I like drawing dinosaurs like this. They just look cool. This is the consistency of a consistency with all ankylosaur tails, though. I don't. I was just thinking. I was like, I don't actually know if ankylosaurs' tails were always because we I feel like we depict them naked. I'm like, I don't know how you'd put skin on it. I don't know how you put skin on it though, even if it wasn't. Weird. I appreciate ankylosaur legs because they just are like, hey, you don't have to draw something complicated. And I'm like, thank you. Just like, here's some nubs. And I'm like, thank you. I like me some nubs. You know how dumpy he is. I love how dumpy he is. I think we do something like that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the neck in there. That shape, maybe? I don't know how many toes. I'm gonna assume 5 toes, but I don't actually know how many toes. Look at the stocky boy. No described head, but that's normal. Guys, apparently the skull, especially complete skulls, are like the hardest things to find, which makes sense. Skulls are made out of a bunch of tiny bones. You think about it. Made out of a bunch of tiny bones that fall apart really easily after you die. We're gonna do like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like that. Perfect. I'm going to do this more. Actually illustrate where feet hit the ground, and I can better gauge then. Okay, that's better. Now, this is not just an ankylosaur. This is the problem of drawing an ankylosaur who seemingly we know it's an ankylosaur. It looks like he's got kind of a taller foot ridge. This is why it's like, we described a new ankylosaur. What's new about it? It's from China. That's what's new about it. Is there anything else new about it? Not really. Not that I can tell. Not that I know of. No, it's an ankylosaur. I like this pose I've settled on, by the way. I'm glad I decided. I drew that and was like, man, that would actually be really fun as a pose. Like take more seriously, and I'm glad I did. I'm doing it for you guys because you keep bugging me. I'm doing it. That's your dog. The color of the same.
It's only been a year since I've been asking for
I was busy.
So excited. I'm gonna miss it.
What?
Thank Wheels.
Well, that's the thing. It is an Ankylosaurus, but apparently it's a new one they found last year in China, and I can't pronounce the name if you want to try.
Uh-oh.
There it is. Huang Zulong?
I'm not even going to give it a shot.
That's
That was
yeah.
wise. That's a wise choice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Awkward. I feel like this captures Henry well, actually. Henry is kind of shaped like this, and he is a force of nature. There we go. The Ankylosaurus. I think I used to call it Ankylosaurus when I was a kid. I say Ankylosaurus now. Maybe I've always said that. I don't know. I don't actually know. See, this is where I'm gonna have fun because I feel like Ankylosaurs have all sorts of bridges and shit, and we have this guy. Let's see. I'm looking at a. Okay, we've got. Let's see. I've got an abstract here. New Ankylosaur recovered in the Upper Cretaceous Hongbian Formation in the Jiangxi province. Through autophomorphies. Middle shaft of the distal end of the ischium are expanded. The ratio of the width of the distal end of the shaft. So we've got legs. We've got hips. I don't think we've got much else. What we got? Wait, what? A unique combination of characters. The centra of the anterior caudal vertebrae and anterior view is heart-shaped. Dorsal surface of the scapula is straight. Scapulocoid, the large medial brace, the humeral head. Oh, this. For some reason I thought any of those had anything to do with the skull. They don't. None of the things I just read have anything to do with the skull. That's just a new Ankylosaur. The new Ankylosaur. We found one. We found another one. That really? Mouth really go all the way up there? Actually, no. Allosaurs are one of those weird things that I actually don't know if they have cheeks or not. I think, yes, maybe. Possibly. What's most important is that I made him friend-shaped. As all ankylosaurs are. They're big and round. They're friend-shaped. Honestly, like, as much as they, like, are walking tanks, I think they would not care, actually. That they strike me as the kind of creature that don't give a shit about nothing. If I was shaped like that, I wouldn't care about anything either. I feel like me, the difficult part, actually getting all of this to make sense. Kind of like that. Henry could have a club tail, he probably would. He wouldn't know what to do with it. He would be destroying things because he can't stop shaking his ass. The boy wags like crazy. There we go. Just really want to get a sitting Ankylosaur if that is possible. Can you make the Ankylosaur sit? This is how the Ankylosaur sits. It does not seem to like it, but this is what it looks like when the Ankylosaur sits. He looks great. I think this is perfect, actually. This is the hard part, is figuring out this shit for me. I also have no idea how many toes he has, but I have to assume it's probably like. I have to assume it's like 5. Ooh, ooh. I like that actually. The folds, keep the folds, keep the folds. Keep the chunk, keep the chunk, keep the chunk. Just putting a little bit of meat on his bones. It's fine. Do something like that. Gotta square off those. And again, I'm kind of going for something in between, right? I'm going for something a little bit realistic, a little bit unrealistic. As long as I can make him look like an Ankylosaur, I've succeeded. Ah. I want rolls. I want to make him a little bit chubby. I will say, my this drawing pad. I mean, I've been talking about it for a while now. It's made a huge difference, man. It's made a huge difference in my work. Like, I'm almost like, boy, how did I even do anything before this? How did I even accomplish anything before I had this thing? I have no idea. Alright. Stinkiest dinosaur of them all. I don't know what I'd draw Leon as, honestly. If I was to draw one for Leon, I have no idea. Probably like an ornithomimus or something. The complete cretin. Something more like that. I think I need to force perspective. It is what makes this a little bit is curving around, because I need to make sure it has enough space to curve around. I want it to be in contact with the ground. I don't even know if it bends that way. I feel like there's a lot of consensus that Ankylosaur tails are probably very horizontally flexible, though they probably can't really sit down like this, not easily anyways. He definitely doesn't look comfortable sitting like this, but eh. Also want to start on that arm. Trying to keep the shape more. It's kind of tough. Tough part for me is keeping that shape consistent. See, I've got the shape of Ankylosaur, but next hard part. I'm going to save that. Ah, yes, the shape of Ankylosaur. My favorite movie. Damn, I'm getting fast at this, I feel like. I definitely didn't used to take this long. I definitely did not used to be this fast. I've gotten much faster at getting things on paper, that's for dang sure. There we go. Like that. It's great. I gave him a little bit of a bug-eyedness. See, for me, this is the tough thing about Ankylosaur heads, because I feel like Ankylosaur heads are super wide. Big old triangles. Actually, I'm trying to determine where the plates are going to sit on the skin. Go from there, I think. That's what I have to. I need to sit. I need to see where it like attaches, and then I need to build it out from there, I think. That's what's gonna make sense to me. I like that. I like that. That's good. I think that's working. I have one here. Then cutting it out. Funny is a lot of the drawings I see have like scutes and stuff on it, but I don't know if they've determined how many they would have had. Would have had any at all. Thinking something like that. Something like that. Kind of experimenting with that. That's a tough call on that. But I do think I have the right idea by drawing the like base, like how it attaches at the skin level first, and then going from there. I feel like that was a good idea. Like this. And it does feel like it's making more sense to me that way when I draw it out that way. Sure. I could give another shot at trying to pronounce this dang thing's name. Q Q Axi Q Axijulon. Axijulon. That is the name of the dinosaur. I almost said Pokemon. This is the name of the Pokemon. That's the name of the boy. Got a big name. And I guess he was discovered, if I go back, hold on. I believe he was actually, so his remains, the remains were first discovered in 1986. And as most things go, they sat in a museum for a while and were not formally described until last year. It's the second Ankylosaur to be named from the Jiangxi province, following Datai, the Zutian Formation. I don't know what Datai is. He's also just a Chinese Ankylosaur. You got a big knob. You got a big nodule. What's funny is this kind of thing, I actually do not know. It's such a like Ankylosaur thing, right? But yet I don't actually know if it is just like, I feel like it's oftentimes depicted as something like almost naked, right? But I don't see any reason why it would be. It would, depending on what it was used for, certainly, but I just don't know how skin would go on it. That's my whole thing with Ankylosaur butts, is how does that club actually sit on there, and do they have skin on them? Are they unskinned? Are they like an antler? They're kind of a mystery in that, I feel like, because I can't think of a modern day analog to the Ankylosaur tail, as far as I know. And I mean modern day. Glyphodonts don't count. Glyphodonts are also dead. Glyptodonts? That was its name. Glyptodon. I was right. I was correct. Glyptodon. Glyptodon is the next closest one, and that's just a giant. That's a giant armadillo essentially. Glyptodons were weird. Oh, they don't really have the. I For some reason I thought they had a club tail. You know what? Fair enough. I always thought that Glyptodons had a club tail. Where the fuck did I get the idea that Glyptodons had a club tail? Unless I'm thinking of, yeah, I'm thinking of something like a Glyptodon. It's called, Dueticurious. Huh. But it is a Glyptodont. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. He's got the spiky tail. This has got the spiky mace tail. What's funny is it's like, what, there's nothing else. That's the, like, next closest thing, and yet still, even in modern day, like, we don't have anything with a tail like that. I don't know a creature that has a tail like that. So Eddie Curious is a very strange example of convergent evolution, and as far as I know, there's not a modern kind of like convergent equivalent of Dodecurious or Ankylosaurs, as far as I know. As far as I know. I don't know all animals. I know a lot of them, but I don't know all of them. Still don't know most of them, actually. Believe it or not. I think I'm really trying to get better is both my exaggeration and, like, when I go to make a line, actually I'm less sketchy about it and actually just really trying to draw it out more. Something I've been trying to get better at. That's not. Ooh, a different Ankylosaur. Why did it even mention that? I don't even know why it mentioned that. I do actually think I'm on good ground. Here, we rotate, flip, and it's all gonna look gross. Yep, that head was looking bad. I was like, something's wrong with the face. I was doing okay on that, actually. Oh, he's sleeping. He's sleeping behind me. He's in his tree sleeping. Me, this is sometimes the hardest part. Getting that shape just right. Especially for something like an Ankylosaur. It gets a bit weird, if you like. Clean up some of this bits. I'm realizing something I need to do with this. It's a change. It is a change in perspective. Something. And look at this good boy. Look at that good boy. Look at this big dumpy boy. There. Now I rotate it back. Breaks everything. Almost. Looks like a good boy. He does look like a good boy. Hello, Silos. Because he's based on a good boy. Henry is a good boy. Basing this on the dog. Roommate has been asking for me to draw a picture of Henry as a dinosaur for a while now, so I feel like this is appropriate. I feel like this was appropriate. I was like really stretching my head trying to figure out, scratching it, trying to figure it out. So I'm kind of like tackling two birds with one stone here. This is both a depiction of Henry, and this is actually a new dinosaur. This is not just Ankylosaurus. This is a dinosaur that was formally described last year, called, and I will try again, Huaxia Zhulong. Huaxia Zhulong. It does not have a pronunciation breakdown. Why does it not? Come on. Come freaking on. Usually Wikipedia has one for it, but it does not. Also, hi Silos. The specimen is largely complete and well preserved, comprising of 9 dorsal vertebrae, a sacral vertebra, most of the caudal vertebra, including the co-ossified tail handle and club, several ribs, scapuloids, and the sternum, both forelimbs were with 3 metatarsals, both hind limbs with 4 metatarsals, most of the pelvic girdle and 3 isolated osteoderms. Okay. So the things that are the osteoderms are these guys that are sitting outside, which I'm really trying to develop out. So yeah, he was discovered. It was formally described. I want to make that clear. Discovered does not mean described does not mean discovered. It was actually the remains have been known. They've been extant. They have been existent since apparently 2000 or since 1986, but the actual describing of the bits happened within the last few years, which is important to remember. I think sometimes people forget that we discover a lot. We've discovered a lot that has not been described. There is a lot that we have found that we haven't even like actually put to paper, put to test, put to anything. There's a ton of material out there that's like untouched. That we have. We actually have. That's the part that kind of drives me crazy. Sitting in a museum somewhere waiting to be rediscovered, which is kind of the dramatic irony of it, is it's just like, well, we're just waiting for somebody to find it again to actually look at it and go, wait, has a paper not been written on this fucking thing? No. No. Usually not. See, I'm a little 50-50. Do I just say screw it and just draw the tail going out this way? I don't know if it would bend that way. I think I do, honestly. Hard to draw it that way, and it's not really working well. This is the trouble with Ankylosaur tails. They just are weird, man. They're freaking weird, man. Really hard to draw sometimes. Oh, that, that shape, that later. This is something I'm trying to do more. Well, that's good. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. That looks really good, actually. And I think this will work better. It'll be a little bit easier on me, and it'll be a little bit easier on the dinosaur. Really, the hard part for me is going to be being this consistent. A lot of foreshortening on it is the problem. Largely same. I like these super long osteoderms, but kind of a tough one with this one. That, got something. That, got some. That. It's tough. It's a really tough one. I think we go with something like this. Hell yeah. I went dog training, by the way. Dog learned its lessons yet. No. How old is dog? What is try to teach dog? Is dog too old for new trick? Is dog too young for new trick? Is dog too stupid for new trick? Hey, no insult to dog. I love dogs for the stupid creatures they can be. Uh-huh. Perfect. That's more like it. That's what I was looking for. I think that's a detail I've never actually added before. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind how I did that. There he is. Boy. Boy himself. I think we stay with this for now. I do think I will color it. That'll just be a pain. Dog is very smart. Dog is good boy. Yes, yes, yes. I know James and his wife Tara. James and Tara. I've done that before. I don't know why. But James and Tara, they got a dog recently, and he's been talking a lot about how their new dog has been very, very smart. She's still pretty young, but like they apparently they got this dog home and then was already like responding to things like sit and stuff. And I was like, well, that's impressive, actually. I know that takes some time with them still. Still gotta learn. Figure out the best way to handle this. It's awkward. Awkward spot. Bit of an awkward spot, but I think I got it. Something like that. Let's go on more. Good. I like that. There we go. A little bit bigger. Perfect. Honestly, that was the right choice. I was trying to squeeze them into too tight into there, and I just needed to roll that tail out a little bit farther, I think. At the side of my monitor. Actually, what I really should do, there should be a way, hold on. There should be a way to sparse settings. I mean, I could put it on the side, but I really don't want to do that. I thought there was a way to go taskbar on all displays. Off. Oh! Well, shit. I'll do that from now on, actually. And I might leave it that way. Here. Main taskbar and taskbar where open. Yeah, no, I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, that saves space on this, and For some reason, this fucking program doesn't have a full screen mode. I do not know why Fresco doesn't. Though apparently Fresco is just a free... I did not realize that Fresco is just a free Adobe program. Apparently anyone can use Fresco. I like saw it on there. It's like, oh, this is a free program. Oh. I mean, good on them. It's a good drawing program. I recommend trying it. I like it, and it swear it said it was free, so... I don't sell Adobe products, so... No. Can't confirm or deny. I'm just... Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me if that ends up being false. I just swore I saw it under the free programs. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I just have the thing, so I gotta use it. Well, I don't have to, but I'm paying for it. I'm still paying for Creative Cloud, so might as well use it. No reason not to. I don't have very many subscriptions, but I do have a subscription to Creative Cloud, and I've just never really gotten off the wagon. Never did. Probably should have, but never did. Uh-huh. I just don't subscribe to things usually. It's not too bad. I was able to get a I also feel encouraged to keep it because I believe I still get the pricing I got for my student copy of it. Like, I got it like while I was in college on a student discount, and I just continue to have it, and it's enough to be like, well, it would have been way more if I didn't have that. So, I feel like at least that justifies it in that sense. Like, at least I'm not getting it for like, or at least I'm getting it for like a reduced price. I'm not paying full price for it. It was like, I don't know how much it is now, but I want to say it was down. It now is like 55-ish or something. And I don't know what it is like full price. I want to say full price is like $80 or something stupid. Like I got it at a pretty good discount. But otherwise I agree. I mean, I don't necessarily have a fondness for Adobe products. I just have the means to use them. So I have access to them. I have not lost access to them. So until I lose access to them, I'm gonna keep using it. And I mean, like, I still get value out of Photoshop and stuff, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, just a different photo editing tool, just a different video editing tool. Like, eh, ah, I know, I'm just processing it. Because, yeah, I mean, a lot of programs out there, but I know there's a lot of freeware out there that I just don't utilize. That I could be. A lot of people swear by Krita and DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just sitting here like, I have Adobe products because I can. Why shouldn't I? It'll make you go broke if you don't. Or rather, I have the capacity to have them without necessarily going broke, so I guess I should use them. Oh, I can. To try these going at the same point. See how that line is? So I need that to go there. That to be more like that. This is actually the tough thing about the angle that I've drawn some of these spines at, but that's why I'm like really trying to take better precautions and adjusting to it, because they shouldn't be going that way. They should be going more towards the viewer, I think. Like that, maybe? Kind of like that, maybe? Trying to keep it consistent. I feel like the last time I did an Ankylosaur, I was struggling a lot more, and this time I've been much, much more honed in, much more focused on the shapiness. It's working out. Working out pretty good. Something like that. Uh-huh. Came full circle. You went with the raid, now you're back. Now we're drawing. Look, it's Henry. It's definitely Henry. This is definitely Henry. If only. I wish Henry was an Ankylosaur. Welcome back, Aqua. As it was requested. My roommate has been asking me to draw Henry as a dinosaur for a while. I finally got around to it. Been busy and I didn't have any ideas. Still fairly recently. Heard there was a new Ankylosaur, and I was like, why not? Why not? And I really like how he's coming out so far. Wow. Well, rest in peace, Aqua. You've been raided. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Do that. Kind of like darken it a little bit. I don't like it. I didn't like it. Ankylosaurs are tough. Both to draw and in real life. They some of the toughest boys around. I do think that as I've gotten more experienced, I mean, like, I on and off will enjoy drawing an Ankylosaur, but I feel like I've gotten much, much better at it. Because I think the tough thing with Ankylosaurs with me is getting their shapes right, personally. I find them very difficult to draw. That, maybe? So more like that? There we go. I always love how silly this mix-in that they just is, that they just have Ian Malcolm saying life finds a way for seemingly no reason other than dinosaurs. Very silly. Ooh, that worked. What I was looking for. This is just dinosaur related. Got a velociraptor. It's called Clever Girl, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. Clever Girl is one of my favorites. It's so good, man. This is a shit. Delicious. I hope sushi is delicious. I know you've had them for a while, so I'm sure that they are well prepared. Just make sure to cut out the, poisonous organs, and you'll be fine. But rest in peace, sushi. Trying to capture that, like, bit on the edge. Show that it's, like, the same front part. Oh, wait, we want that. Okay. That. Perfect. This might be one of the best Ankylosaurs I've drawn. Like, I feel like I usually struggle a lot with Ankylosaurs, and this time I feel like I really nailed it. Well, if you have sushi for dinner, also you can eat Leon. He's stinky. Leon is always stinky, honestly. When is he not? Let's be honest, he's always stinky. No, his breath stinks though. He's got stinky breath. I would brush his teeth, but I'm just like, that's too much work. Then again, I'm like, yeah, I should brush my cat's teeth. Maybe I should brush my cat's teeth at least a little bit. I feel like I can consistently do nails, but I do not think he'd let me touch his teeth. I think he'd be like, no fucking way, buddy. I feel like he'd be like, no. Ah. His breath isn't that bad unless I like just if I literally go in there and smell it, it's bad. Like I have to go in and intentionally stick my nose in his mouth for me to smell his breath. It gives me something to make fun of him for, so why not? Why not in my right to do so? This is what every cat owner has the right to do. make fun of their cats. Oof. Okay, yeah, no. Leon's not that bad. Leon is not that bad, no. Ooh, I like that. I like how this is coming out. What? Really like how I've captured the kind of volume, we'll put it that way. I've captured the volume in this creature, which is really good. I feel like that's something that I really want to make it a point of, like, with any of my paleo art, is that you can get a sense of, like, more than skin on them bones. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is coming along really nicely, actually. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Funny is I started drawing him this way, but do you think he looks better this way? Wait, which way, which way, which way, which way? Tail on the left, tail on the right, tail on the left, tail on the right, tail on the left, tail on the right. That's good. That means I'm at least getting his proportions more correct. I still this one a little bit too big. He's chunky. He's chunky. What's funny is, again, you want to know what spurred this? What spurred this, really? This is what I started with. This is what I said. Is this how I have to start doing my, like, starting drawing? Is this what I have to do? Is I just have to take the most bare bones simple interpretation of what I want, like, pose wise, and then actually make the drawing? Is that what I need to start doing? This is what I started with. This was my sketch. God. I'm not actually good at art, guys. I thought you all knew that. Not everybody understood that. Yeah, I like that. Uh-huh. what I use. It's what I use for the story. I hope people like those. I am just glad that I make them. Honestly, the all of those drawings that I make are just really good practice for me. Honestly. And they've really grown. I really like what they've grown into. I do a lot of them. You'll make a sticker out of it. Oh no. I don't know how to even do that. I don't even know where I would go to do that. No sticker stores. No sticker people. Hydrebot. Ah, there we go. Look at him. I love how spiky he is. I know I just saw Hydrebot, but I'm like, I could drink a little more. I could use a little bit more water. Ah, I drank as much as I wanted to. Oh, god damn it. Thank you, Hydrate Man. Thank you, Hydrate Man. I appreciate you. God, I want to move its head over. No. The real answer? Not really. Should I? Sometimes the tough questions you have to ask when you're illustrating is, oh, I put all this work in. Oh man, is his head actually a little bit off proportion? Move it a little bit to the left. I move it a little bit or the right. Like, oh, there-ish. Yeah. He would wear a hat with a fan on top. One of those beanies? These? These guys? I have never actually ever seen one of these, by the way. I don't believe they exist. One of these guys? One of these guys? Get him! Kill him! Kill! Go, my minions. Annihilate him. Ankylosaur, get him! Race now, whichever one of you can get it. Unless you make me do it. Oh, that's what was on the wrong layer. Like, why is it not working? Why? It's not letting you. There. There! Thank you. When will they learn? When will they ever learn? Usually I just have like essentially a mod view that has a button that you can just hit, but that was weird because I wasn't even getting the button. So, very odd. I don't want to make him mad because Henry is not mad. Henry is, well, that's not 100% true. Henry is a dog. Henry has the capacity for violence, but he does want to mostly be your friend. I'll put it that way. His blood wants to kill anything that's small and fluffy, but otherwise, he is friend. I am, in fact, still listening, YouTube. Yes, I am. I'll say one of the challenges of drawing an Ankylosaur is kind of like deciding exactly how the like head area works. It can be a little bit of a challenge. So weirdly shaped. These aren't supposed to be like ears. They're not ears. It's kind of the hard part for me. Figure out how exactly the head fits with those. Especially at that angle. I don't. Do I keep grabbing that? Outright hitting the wrong button. I'm just outright hitting the incorrect button. There, that's much better. Yeah, I need to do something more like that. Have to restart my favorite. What's weird is not weird. What's silly is this is kind of my like favorite mix that we play when we do dinosaur stuff. It's so good. I love it. So fun. I'm hitting V on accident. Now that's not the one I want. I think I hit V once and now it's like, oh, the last frickin' brush you used was definitely that, right? I'm like, no. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. Those look more like Henry eyes. Alright. Oh, you had to open mod view? Weird. That's what was weird is I wasn't really getting an option either. I think I deleted the message on accident, but it all worked out. Mm-hmm. Perfect. How chunky I made. Love how chunky. I want to move. This is the real question. Do I wish to move the... Yeah, a little bit. I'm on selecting that. What I want to know. I think I'm just hitting the V key on accident. The V and the B key are too close to each other. I don't know why they did it that way. Listen, man, I just like my musical mix of songs that remind of cute songs that remind me of Cambrian life, okay? I love it. This one I always find particularly amusing because of the name. Like every song in this mix is or this album is named after a different Precambrian animal, and I just am like, man, this sure does make me this song sure does evoke the feeling of sac sanct sanctaris. Boy, that was a lot harder to say than I thought. This really does evoke the feeling of sanctaris, just sitting near the bottom of the ocean, sifting through dirt to find something to eat. Isn't it just precious? Very silly. There, that's better. Something more like that. I don't know where the nostrils on this boy are exactly. Where are the nostrils on my dinosaur? Good question. Where do the nose holes go? Also, his head is bothering me. It feels lumpy. Still, in a way that I don't like. That's better. Up there. Slowly adjusted his head. A little bit more tilting to the right. This feels right to me. I do feel like one of the things that I still struggle with is like an actually true dead-on look. I feel like a true dead-on look is almost impossible. Why? Really, really difficult. More like that. try something. Probably not gonna work, but it's fine. We're gonna try Henry colors for a second. It's working, actually. I didn't make it too orange. Henry is weirdly tan. Like, he's weirdly, like, orange tan. Very... got, like, a little bit of red in him. He looks great. This looks great, actually. I really like how this is coming out so far. Oh, Henry. Oh, Henry. That... this for now. Wow, I busted this one out, I feel like. I didn't realize I was going that hard, actually. Guys, it's Henry. It's him. Right here. I've drawn him. It's the one and only. This is exactly what it looks like. Actually, I really got his eyes. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really got his eyes. Henrysaurus. They should rename it so that way we can actually pronounce it. I ain't gonna try to say this dinosaur's name again. The actual dinosaur this is based on, that isn't Henry, is a Ankylosaur that was described last year. Always remember that that is a distinction. Conflate the two a lot, and it is different. It is a Chinese ankylosaur that they had unearthed back in apparently 1986 that was only described last year. Give me a second and I can check what its name is. I can give it another shot at my own expense. Who it is Huaxia Zhuolong. Huaxia Zhaolong. That is the name of the dinosaur. Very hard to pronounce. It's Chinese. Funny, I really do think I captured the Henry color very well. I do feel like I captured the hue of Henry quite well. He's a weird orange dog. I feel like when I think about it, I'm like, you don't think of dogs as orange. I don't think of dogs as orange. I'd never really even seen an orange dog until I'd seen Henry. He's baby. He kind of looks like a baby. What's funny is Henry is not young. He's a baby. I think he's like 13 years old. I don't know how old Henry is. Greater than 10, which is pretty old for a dog. Yet that boy, he does not act like his age. It is insane. That dog. Spunky. Gets really excited sometimes. You would not think he's a 10-year-old dog. 10-year plus dog. Fat cat is almost 10. Dang, fat cat. Dang, fat cat, you old. Uh-huh. Animals, man. Getting older doesn't mean they get older. How it works sometimes. It's how it works a lot of times. People work that way too. That that's a tough one. That's a tough decision there. Highlights. Dang, this might be a one and done. We'll see. 'Cause it's not even. I still got at least an hour left, and I just really hammered this one out. I feel like it's good. That's a really good sign if I can get this done this fast. Good sign for the future. it needs to be darker. This is the tough part of coloring, figuring out where hues need to go. Yeah. I think this orange worked really, really well too. I also didn't do much patterning. It's fine. I actually think it works better for this piece a little bit to not have to do patterning on it. Some things a little bit easier for me. Yeah, there we go. Now we go this one. Upstrokes this way, right? That's just a nice technique I've found that helps a lot is being able to almost like counter shade that way. Run that back in. Kind of just going in there, adding a little bit more reflection to those parts. I don't know why, but it's just working. Gotta do something because it works. Not be like, I don't know why that works. Little toy mice, fat cats, babies. Oh, do they belong to her? Are they her children? She throws. It's just like children in real life. She throws them off furniture. That's very silly. Yeah, I like that. My problem is I want more of those spikes, but I actually don't know how to get them to work. Know how to make it work, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I do what I know. Sometimes that's just all you gotta do is what you know. Go ahead and add his name. Adorable little plats. Name is a nightmare, though. Zoo et al. 2024. Supposed to be black. Put you into the smartest font. Wingdings. Joker Man. We can't make this joke every single time, guys. I refuse. I'll get in trouble. I need to italicize. There we go. Gonna also both. That what it's clicking. Weird. That'd explain why it was being weird at least. Bold italics. Actually, bold italics. I mean, this is largely up to personal taste, I feel like. I usually like to do something like this, actually. I forgot that I used to make it italic. Or that I used to bold it. Yeah, there we go. Henry is short for that. Honestly, I did not think this would go this fast, but I might call this today if I can get this part done. Like, I don't actually see me doing that much more on it next time. Came out really, really good as soon as I started coloring it. Being able to just be one and done is really nice to be able to move on to your next piece, like, trust me. I feel like I have a bad habit of spending too much on one piece. I need to do reduce this down to like 20-ish. Perfect. Go soften the. Nice. Exactly what I want it for. Perfect. There he is, folks. The goodest boy. That he'd look at this and go, yeah, that sure is a brown drawing. This is one of those moments where I'm like, man, you really don't think about things like how red or orange something is. Really, really, weirdly orange. Oh my. Orange dog. Henry might be the only orange dog I know that exists. Perfect. No, no red. Heading that very lightly. Again. Really trying to decide how much I want to work into it. The answer is not that much, but I do want to enough that it look good. I'll work into it that hard, cause that'd be like a lot. I don't spend another 2 hours on this. Like I said, I've got pretty good progress today, so this might be one and done. Sometimes it's just that easy. Apparently, I've been needing to draw Henry as a dinosaur for a while. Get it out of my system. Give him a blue nose. Uh-huh. 1 second. But Henry don't got a blue nose. Too much blue. Let's go. Too much blue. Hmm. See if this is anything. Blue. Go. This is the fun part where I render for like 8 billion hours and I feel like I'm losing my mind. Does that look correct? Is that right side too orange? I can't tell. A little lighter. Just to kind of lighten things up a little bit. It looks great. This came out really, really good though. I like this. This is the tough part for me, I think. Figuring out exactly how this looks, because it's a little bit muddled down there. Not sure what to do about it is the problem. For me. Like, I don't know what to do about that. Really, the biggest thing I'm trying to avoid right now is rushing. Try not to rush to finishing this project and like really trying to make sure I give it its due time. Speed paints are a thing. Oh no, I know. The key to being to a speed paint, any speed run, is being able to go quickly because you know exactly where you want something to go. The way you get to that point is you have to take your time to actually figure that out. It only goes so fast. These speed paints usually are also not the, you know, they aren't the recorded bit, you know? Isn't that the, depends. I've actually meant to make some, speed draw videos. I have meant to. I'll do a speed draw of this one. And just to see how it goes. I've never done it before, so I don't know if it'd be any good. I don't know if I would do voiceover for it or if I would just like try to pick a song or what, but I don't know. I've never tried it, so I wouldn't know how. I'm just kind of focused up now. I'm just like, I'm so close to finishing this. I'm going to just try to get it one and done. Get it in one, I might as well. Perfect. Trying to use that eraser more to lighten things. Just erase them. Soften some of those edges. Have to do one stroke. Do it in one stroke. Ooh! He looks great. Look at him. He's adorable. There we go. That was my chair. Chair is making noises. Oh. Well, can't help but make those lines now, can I? Just too good for finding certain. There we go. Light line there. There we go. Trying to be a little bit more precise, a little bit more conservative with my line usage with this stuff. Because again, I want to focus more on actually trying to like paint things in a little bit more. You know, I have a bad habit of relying too much on lines. I want to. Nope, thicker. Trying to think the direction that the shadow would go, and I don't want to right now. Boy, I gave up on that real fast now, didn't I? It's just like thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, don't want to think about it no more. No, not really. Maybe that a little bit? Yeah, maybe. That's why I'm like really hesitant. I'm like, I don't know where I would take that. Not as long as it shows that it's on the ground. Nope, not that orange. That's a little. Love him. Love him. Look at how squishy he is. Switch back to this. Gonna do a little texturing. Just gonna do a little texture. Like a little bit. Hell yeah, that looks good. I like the way that that looks. But I like texture. Stuff like this. Things look really, really nice. What I'm having difficulty with that tail is it got so washed out and I don't know how to fix it. Problem. I know how to fix it. Cheating. I have a solution. Sometimes you just gotta make it work. Sometimes what matters is did you make it work? Especially when it comes to stuff like science illustration. Sometimes the best you can do is make sure that it looks the way you actually want it to. Pick something. Sometimes that can be a struggle, man. Sometimes you're like, I just want it to even show it accurately. Difficult. Oof. Yeah, that came out really, really good. Yeah, yeah. That's Henry. That's exactly what Henry looks like. I think I did a pretty good job. Honestly, that came out really, really good. I think that came out really good. I couldn't ask for a better Ankylosaurus. I couldn't ask for a better. Boy, I'm having one of those moments where I'm like, actually, can I sign my shit? How do I do that? What thickness do I use? Remember. That look? How does that look for a signature? Yeah, that's fine. Oh shit. How do I do my own goddamn signature? I don't remember the last time I did it. This is why I just need to make it once and paste it on everything. I mean, that's something I kind of need to do. I need to just copy it. So I have kind of a consistent way that I'm doing my lettering these days. I'm just like, that? All right. Yeah. At least I have a consistent style that I go for. Almost like a calligraphy. And I'm not really a calligraphy person, but like a signature that only I can make, because I'm the only one who draws it. I have to be a weirdo. Question is that there we go. Ah shit. Really should have been two layers. Done. Beat. I need size. Put that there. This down to here. Don't know. I don't think I will, because this should be right in the center. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe like squishing the canvas, but I don't see a need to. I don't see a need to squish the canvas. There he is. That's him. Damn, one and done. I didn't think I would get that done that fast, actually. What can I say? It spoke to me. I definitely feel like I could do more, but I'm getting a lot better at like making sure to not have to redo that much, because that's an important part. I feel like I've learned and developed and learned from hearing other people talk about it. Of a certain extent, you have to throw away your art every now and then, so that way you can be like, well, it wasn't working. Next time, don't let that happen again. And really, I feel like that's helped a ton. That's helped a lot with my work. So yeah, like my dinosaurs have been coming out really good, really good. We'll see if I do something different next time. I don't know. I might do it. I think I'm just gonna keep on with dinosaurs for a little bit. We'll see. I'm a little tempted to do some character design at some point, but for now, I just want to focus on doing that stuff. Cause yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to build out a lot of my like. This is what I do. This is what my work looks like. For now, we're just gonna start with this. I'm gonna focus on it, and then we're gonna develop it from there. Hopefully, I can get into some like larger pieces. I know I was doing some environments at one point. One of my environments looked really really nice. I want to try an environment again maybe soon. But for now, I just want to be having a new piece come out at least every other week. And if I can be like, it's done, I would like to be like, it's done and just post it. Like, that is ideal for me. That is like great. And it's only been about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So, besides, I need to go do some stuff. I need to like go take a shower. The boy is done. The boy has been created. I think he came out great. He's adorable. I love his eyes. His eyes came out really good, actually. I think his eyes came out really, really good. Alright. I'll try to save the name. I don't know if I see this and be like, no. And this is supposed to be Huaxia Zulong. It's supposed to be Huaxia Zulong. Maybe it's a baby. Oh, this came out good. I like the way he came out. I like how chunky he is. I like how chunky and squishy he is, even though ankylosaurs are... Well, ankylosaurs are just kind of like if a cow had bony plates on them, so... I'm sure that they could be squishy. Alright. Well, you go ahead and open up Bing Create. We'll get ready to end the stream again. So, struggling to pronounce Ankylosaur's name. And if you guys want to add to that, type in chat. Whatever chat says, I'll utilize as a reference, and we'll make an image, and I'll share it before we rate out. So, struggling to pronounce the Ankylosaur's name. But yeah, that came out good. Good progress. Great progress. Hopefully Thursdays will be draw stream now. If I have a week, that'll just be a week. Ugh. This week was. This week almost was. No, this week was. This is like what a week should look like for me now. This is what a week should look like for me until the foreseeable future. James and I keep on talking about graphics cards, and I'm just like, oh man, that's tempting. I have to save up for it, though. I really have to save up. Yay. Struggling to pronounce the Ankylosaur's name. Waxy too long. Go in. How do you say it? I don't know how, I don't know how it's gonna respond to this. It did something. Boy, it did something. Well, Stick around to the very end. I also do a bit of a closing bit, and we do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. As everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows, because it's almost lunchtime for vampires. Thank you for joining, everybody. Hope you had a good time and you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by and chatting and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for taking the time to go back and rewatching the VOD. We appreciate it. If you're out there and you enjoyed this and you want to see more of what we're up to, I recommend scrolling down below and following or clicking any of the links. There's a link to an Instagram, Facebook, a Twitter, and a Discord. We post when we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to, and just generally, you can come hang out with the rest of the community there. It's a good time on the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community there and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience and we appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. You should also hashtag with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. And as always, if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream, and I encourage you guys to do it more. It does help us out, and it's just a cool thing that people have been doing. So go tell people about the stream. I won't. As always, a huge thank you to Mo Shrimp and all of our supporters on Patreon and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you. We thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple of the benefits you can get, you can always subscribe directly on Twitch or check out the Patreon page here. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. Well, thank you to Ahmad to do a wonderful job holding back the robot army and for becoming famous. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out, watching me do my thing. I had a good time. I'll get you through housekeeping. Goblin Entertainment. Though I probably should just say housekeeping. Go check out the rest of our friends in Goblin Entertainment here. That's their channels and everything that they've done and they've been up to. And my own stuff here. I have my own link tree that I post to that has everything on there that I post to, such as a VOD channel for the Twitch, as well as a YouTube for my own videos, an ArtStation for my art, a SoundCloud for my music, and much more. So go check everybody out. Goblin Entertainment. Alright, let's go say hi to Kyo. Feel like we haven't raided them in a while. They look to be playing something I've never seen before, and it looks neat. I have no idea what it is. So stick around for that. Otherwise, have a good evening, take it easy, and remember, sometimes drawing is just that easy. Sometimes it's just that easy. We take them when we get them. I don't want to work on it anymore, okay? I'm done. I'm done, that means I'm done. It knows what a dinosaur is, but it doesn't know what dinosaur I want. But it did know that it was from China. It did know that it was from China. I hate that they're all screaming it like, don't you understand? Oh.